The motion for today's debate is the increase in the rate of unemployment is due to the advancement in technology. I shall repeat. The motion for today's debate is the increase in the rate of unemployment is due to the advancement in technology. We give forward that is represented by Muhammad Shah Azim bin Muhammad Shah Rizan, Taswindran Raghunathan, Jai Bharati Salan Anak Laki Satya Silan. And the opposition team is represented by BK4, that is represented by BK5, I'm so sorry, that is represented by Shamita Anak Perempuan K. Rajendran, quite famous, Pak Raji to be back, take pictures again. Second, Agashini Anak Perempuan Sri Vijaya Silan. Third, Lim Zon Shen. Today's chief adjudicator is Dr. Khalid Kasuna. The other two are Anak Perempuan Binti Govindan and Puan Sharifah Badri binti Sheikh Adan. Now, I would like to brief on the rules and regulations. Hope all the audience members could be silent. The first speaker on the proposition and opposition speaks for 7 minutes. The second and third speaker speak for 6 minutes. Then, a 5-minute break would be given for the discussion of the closure. The first bell is sounded at 30 seconds before the allotted time for each speaker ends in, which the speaker has only then 30 seconds to finish up. The second bell is sounded after the 30 seconds has ended. I will now ask the timekeeper to sound the bell. This is the sound we all should be waiting for. Heckling and sarcastic remarks are out of place and will be penalized by the adjudicators. Teachers and members of the audience are also asked to show utmost respect when a speech is being delivered by the debaters. Personal, individual remarks are not tolerated, and both teams are asked to refrain from using offensive language when challenging an argument. Last but not least, as we already have a timekeeper, we ask that phones and electronic devices are not used. Okay, before we start now, I want to listen. I would like to listen to the cheer for BK5 participants first. Now BK4 participants. Okay, now the first speaker on the proposition team will start now.
Advancement in technology may look as a blessing for the human being, but promise the creating jobs and better judgment and settle down the finance for the social problems without actually providing one is monstrous. Before that, a very good morning to the chairperson, honorable adjudicators, precise timekeeper, my supporting team member, the famous opposition, and last but not least, the members of the Majestic House. Before we move on, the burden coming from the proposition side is simple. We will prove to you that the advancement in technology is one of the causes to the increase in the rate of employment by twofold. First, the machine efficiency that have been taught by the Industrial Revolution, artificial intelligence, and any kind of those examples that we provide later in our argument. Second point, we will prove to you that also the rate of employment will be increased due to the advancement in technology. By second fold is the employee behavior, which is another speaker will prove to you in their arguments. With that in mind, the role coming from the side of proposition is simple. I, as the first speaker, will establish today's debate and provide a clear guideline on how this debate should progress later. My second speaker will deliver his rebuttals and also their own arguments about today's debate. And lastly, my whip over there will deconstruct this entire debate and also conclude our case for the proposition case. let's move on to our definition for today's debate. Before we move on, we need to understand, in order for us to understand this debate, we need to look to our status quo. So I will provide to you our status quo in the rate of employment. In 2018, there are 500 and 370 people who are labeled or remarked as those who not as the employment, and also in 2019 there are 519,800 people who are remarked as those who are employment. But before that, we don't want to give you a disapproving example, but we also will give you the meaningful analysis. Let's move on to my analysis. In 2018, for the digitalization and also technology, 2.3% only the digital and also the technology that shows those who are caused this kind of rate of employment. But in 2019, there shows some increase with 7.0% of digitalization and technology has caused this rate of employment to increase day by day, and we can see in 2020 and also 2021 the increase is continue until today, ladies and gentlemen. But to be justice and to be equal with the opposition and proposition team, we don't want to talk about 2020 and 2021 because we all know in 2020 and 2021 there are pandemic that has caused in our country and nationwide. Therefore, in order for us to make this debate to be more mature, and also do not be messy, we will prevent to talk about 2020 and 2021. But in order for us to understand this debate more, I will explain to you what is actually advancement in technology. Before that, what is technology definition? Literally, technology is machinery and equipment that use the application of the scientific knowledge in a particular area to replace and simplify human job. But according to the authorities like Aristotle, technology is an arrangement of technique to make possible and serve the entertainment of human ends. Second, Elon Musk, also the founder of the Tesla, which is the most famous people, also stated that artificial intelligence and technology could one day outsmart human and endanger us. This shows that technology actually can give us a very good example of how they will prevent and reduce our employment in this later. Before I move on, I would like to give you an example of the advancement in technology to make sure all the members of the floor understand what is kind of advancement in technology. For example, Industrial Revolution 4.0, which is Industrial Revolution 4.0 started around 2011 in Malaysia and also 2016 in all nationwide. So what happened? They were introduced at the Carnival Fair, which focusing on internet and renewable energy. So second, about the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence were they created in 2020 and 2021, but also have proof that there are certain cases that will be introduced by the developed country, which is like America and also Germany, which is the artificial intelligence already started there before the another nation started. And lastly, the Internet of Things already started all the country, which is our Malaysian, our Prime Minister, our ex-Prime Minister also, Dato' Ismail Sabri also has stated that the digitalization will be based on the Internet of Things, which is Malaysia also support the Internet of Things in our country, which shows that investment in technology also started in Malaysia and also another country. Let's move on to my arguments. Before I move on, I would like to present the certain common ground that I think the common ground between the opposition and proposition to make sure this debate runs smoothly is one. We opposition and proposition team must agree that rate of employment give a very bad outcomes to our people and also country. Second, the common ground also the opposition need to prove to us that with the advancement in technology, the rate of employment will not be increased. That's a simple common grounds that we should provide in our debate. Let's move on to my arguments. In my argument, I will show to you how machines actually can make the rate of employment be increased day by day. And you need to understand that this technology we accept that technology will provide us with certain benefits for industry, like it simplify the human job and also make the certain and futuristic work will become one of the coming true in the wish list will become come true. And I also believe that the advancement in technology will provide us with lots of things that are beneficial for human beings. But then we cannot deny that even though it have their own benefit in advancement in technology, but the rate of employment that have been caused by this advancement in technology will make all the human beings not be employed in day by day. That's all from me. Thank you.
A very good morning to the educators, the Madam Chairperson, and our precise timekeeper, and the fellow members of the floor. For today's motion, we will be talking about the increase in the rate of unemployment is due to the advancement in technology. Today, I, as Speaker 1, will be talking about the points, rebuttaling about the Speaker 1's points, and also I'll be, sorry for the interruption, and also I'll be giving a slight introduction about what the motion is. My second speaker will be giving about the points, and also about rebuttaling the Speaker 2's points and Speaker 1's points, and also to justify my points. And lastly, the third speaker will be rebuttaling our whole case and justifying our whole case. Now, the motion. The increase in the rate of unemployment is due to advancement of technology. Unemployment rate is the measure of how many people who loses their job and are unable to find their job, and the amount of people who are actively looking for jobs. And this definition is taken by the Bureau of Labor. Next, the term advancement in technology is a new and developing technology in IT innovation that becomes more precise and innovative and more accurate. So, I would like to define what this motion actually means. It defines that advancement in technology is the major issue that causes the increase and the spike in the unemployment rate. So, our whole team would like to disagree with this motion. We do not feel that the advancement in technology is the major reason that causes the spike in unemployment rate. Instead, there are other major factors. Number one being COVID-19. During COVID-19, like what Speaker 1 has stated, during the year 2019, 2020, and 2021, many people have lost their jobs. Many people were not able to find any jobs as well. But then, in the advancement in technology has given many people the jobs back because we were able to work from home. And how were we able to work from home? With the need of technology. Let's just say there was no technology at all. Will we be able to work from home? Will we even have a job at that time? I beg to differ. Secondly, I would like to say about the attitude of certain peoples. These days, all generations are too narrow-minded and are unwilling to give in to the needs of the new generation. They prefer to use the traditional method in such as marketing. They do not go out, expand their horizon to market to other people like how youngsters do these days through social media. Instead, what they do, they just refer their products to their friends or even their next of kin. Okay, I'll move on to my main point right now. My main point is about there is still a need for human touch in the world of technology. Human touch. Some sectors require human touch although they have the use of technology, they still need this human touch. For example, I would like to say about medical field. Would you prefer a machine to treat you, or would you prefer a human to treat you? Of course, it goes without saying, you prefer a human to treat you. The technology here only helps to enhance the humans. and there is still a need for people to come and work there. So I do not think advancement in technology robs people from their jobs. Secondly, I would like to talk about the famous companies such as Grabs, Food Pandas that we all very well know of. E-hailing and food delivery has proven to is one of the major examples of human touch. Why would I say like that? Grab, Food Panda are actually a technology, an application that requires human touch, as in drivers to come and deliver things for them. There is also an article posted by Malaysian Post where they have stated that the rate of employment has increased up to 7.5% as e-hailing, Grab drivers and food deliveries have become a remarkable increase to the economical world. So now I would like to ask you that question. Do you think this has robbed people and increased the rate of unemployment, or it has increased the rate of employment? Now, if we were to bring more sectors into this technological into the workforce, we can actually see a very big drastic change in terms of how people work and how quality we can get. Next, I would like to talk about a point made by Dr. Adam Tadri, and I quote this: "In the age and day in which immoral artificial intelligence is about to conquer the task of memorization and precision, there will even be a more urgent need for compassionate, caring, and creative clinical." So he states that even though our whole medical field has been used by technologies, patients, people will still prefer the touch and compassionate of other people. So there is no way that AI can take over the world. And if there is a way, why hasn't AI taken over the world yet? Therefore, I would like to also state that human and technology can actually co-create by working together to improve processes by learning from one another. In conclusion, the increase in the rate of unemployment is not due to advancement of technology. Instead, it is due to other major factors. Thank you.
For the first speaker on the opposition side. Now, before we start with the proposition team, I would like to remind all of the debaters that from now on, your timer is from 6 minutes onwards. So now, the proposition team is start now.
Very good morning to the honorable judges and the precise timekeeper and my chairperson, as well as my worthy opposition, and as well as the members of the floor. Today, to start off, I'm going to talk about the motion today, which is the increase in rate of unemployment is due to the advancement of technology. We, from the proposition side, have agreed strongly that technology has caused an increase in the unemployment rate. Now, before I start off by giving my points, I would like to rebut the speaker one from the opposition side. Now, first of all, speaker one addressed that the major reason for unemployment is due to the cost of technology. I would say it is one of the reasons. The motion today didn't speak that is major reason. Okay? So, next, we can see that the speaker one has brought up that COVID-19 has caused many unemployment rate. But they have failed to mention due to what? We know that during COVID-19, all the industries are heavily impacted and they couldn't keep up the goods and produce goods. This has caused a tremendous loss in their company, not because of technology. So due to that, they have stopped some of their workers, most of them, 75%. Even Air Asia has only kept around 10,000 workers and decreased the amount of flights. That's my first point. My second point is that they brought up medical field, which comes up to my first point. So in the medical field, technologies tend to make little to no errors. Now, I brought up statistics from the World Health Organizations where it says that per year there is around 400,000 to 800,000 surgeries occurring throughout the whole nation. While there's 10 to 15% of errors, medical errors, let me put it out there, with human errors, despite the professionalism of them, whether they are specialists, they have PhD, they are doctors, or whatsoever. But there are advancements in technologies such as machinery which can conduct laser cataract treatment or brain surgery with precise precision. They are able to cut off millimeters or even micrometers of the lens of your eyes. Now imagine this doing by human. How is that possible? So this has proved that technologies have dethroned the doctors from their specialties. Next, for my next point, the first speaker also brought out that there is humans still need to work the machines out. Yes, but there are only a certain amount. Let's say before even the industrial revolutions, there are only humans working at factories without machines. They had to hand sew shoes and so on. Now they are replaced by machines which are more efficient and more productive, let me say. So we can say that our opposition here have painted a slightly delusional picture which is far from the truth. So we all know, it's very obvious that machines have taken over the industries. So coming back to my point, first of all, we know that technology saves time. Now why is that? Investors are selfish. They tend to look for profit, efficiency and cost more than anything else. Because at the end of the day, if they don't get profit, they wouldn't be able to carry out the business. So I would say that, for example, let's say the largest telephone company in the world, Apple. Okay, so in 2017 alone, Apple has stopped more than 60,000 workers in China because it is taken over by machines. Now, for an average human who works in an Apple company, it takes around 8 hours to 1 day to fully sorted the microchips inside because it contains more than 680 parts. Now, if you give this to machines, they can produce up to 350 iPhones per minute. This shows that how efficient machines are. My next point, it saves time, energy and cost. Investors also tend to pay 70% less. They only need to pay for electricity instead of paying wage for more than 30,000 workers, which accounts to the total profit that they get. So at the end of the day, profit matters more. So in China, we could say it has stopped 60,000 workers, and in 2018 alone, Apple has also introduced solar panels on their factories, which saves cost more. So they tend to save cost in electricity wise and also save time and produce more yield. So this proves that advancement in technology have made unemployment rate rise. Yet, if you look at the statistics, as the unemployment rate increases drastically, we can also see the productivity rate increases. This proves that most of us are being unemployed due to technology. So, I would like to end off my speech right here. Thank you.
Thank you for the second speaker of the proposition team. Now, I would like to call the second speaker of the opposition team. You may start now.
A very good morning to the adjudicators, the chairperson, the timekeeper and the members of the floor. So before moving on to my points, I would like to rebut first what the points stated by the first speaker and the second speaker from the proposition team. So firstly, the speaker one from the proposition team stated a very good example that Elon Musk said that the AI, the artificial intelligence, will take over the human jobs in the future. That's a very good example, but is that statement has been proven? Yes, it's not proven yet. At the end of the day, we still need human touch and manpower behind every IT innovation. Okay? Just like my speaker once stated, she talked about the work from home where we need technologies, and she talked about food delivery and e-hailing that gives that needs technologies and gives people new jobs. Okay, and the point made by the second speaker, he said that the major factor. He said that my speaker once said that the major factor of the unemployment is caused by advancement in technology. I would like to correct that. My speaker once said that the motion states that the major factor of unemployment is advancement in technology, but she didn't say that the cause of the unemployment is the major factor. The cause of the unemployment is due to the advancement in technology. Those two are different points. So I would like to make that clear. And then the speaker too stated about human errors and laser surgery. We take a very simple example. If you are having a fever, how will the AI or the machines will detect that fever as? Is it COVID? Is it a normal fever? Or is it a dengue or something? So you need, at the end of the day, you need a person to input the codings and a person to handle the machines. So after all, you need a human, an employee to do the work. And also, the second speaker stated that the machine has replaced the work and it has made the work efficient and productive. Yes, it's true. It's efficient and productive, so you need more workers to do the job. Okay, behind every technology, you need a person to manage it, to conduct it. And he also stated about the Apple company, that those days, Apple company, those days we used pigeons to send messages and letters. Now we have phones. We need people to do the chips, the screens, the parts. So you need more employees than before when the technology grows. Okay? So coming to my point, my first point is technology growth doesn't destroy job opportunities but creates them. Okay? There is something that we should keep in our mind, that if technology displaces workers, jobs are lost. But if technology creates work, jobs are created. So to justify this statement, the World Economic Forum estimates by 2025 the technology will create 12 million new jobs than it destroys. Of course, when a candle is blown up, a lamp is turned on. As technology evolves, the new job positions that never existed before will come into existence. Just think about those jobs that doesn't exist 20 years ago, like digital marketers, YouTubers, content creators, scientists, data scientists and energy engineers. So these are the jobs that the technology has made available. The direct job creating rate of technology is always obvious and can be well seen. But what is less obvious is the way it affects the knowledge-based technology and knowledge-based areas like communication and education. So here I can give Brazil as a very good example, because in the year 1980s, the country has put into a test a measure to study the relationship between the fast pacement of technology growth and employment. So what they managed to get, in 2 decades from 1995 to 2014, the rate of employment increased from 23.8 million to 49.6 million. So it's a very good example that the fast growth of technology provides more employee work. So this shows the advancement of technology does not cause the rate of unemployment to increase, but it just changes the way we work. So the second point that I would like to state here is advanced technologies never make humans unnecessary. Instead, it upgrades their skills to become a more relevant employee. So we have seen this similar scenarios over years with the Industrial Revolution, assembly line production and computerizations. So the technology takes away the repetitive and hazardous jobs that requires humans to take risks. So it has made the work simple. In 2002, for example, the United States has produced more ATM machines, where they produced 350 more ATM machines than usual. And you know what? At the exact year 2002, they managed to produce more than 530,000 employees that year. So, does the technology affect the workers? No. So, moving on, if the technology causes the rate of unemployment to increase, then why are we still hiring foreign workers to work in our country? Where are the workers from our country? If the rate of unemployment is increasing. We can't blindly put the blame on technology, and we can't blindly put the blame on technology when the major factor is different. The major factor is the social attitudes of the people. So I would like to, in short, I would like to strongly oppose today's motion that the increase in the advancement, that the rate of employment is due to the advancement of technology. Thank you.
A very good morning to the honorable adjudicators, the wonderful chairperson, size timekeepers, my worthy opponents, and the members of the floor. So I am the third speaker from the proposition team, will be supporting the motion for today. The increase in rate of unemployment is due to advancement of technology. Before I move to my rebuttals, I would like to reinstate all the points that have been mentioned by my first and second speaker. My first speaker has given the definition, the precise definition for each word of the motion, and also he has given a perfect example of technologies such as AI, robots, IR40. And he has also given the statistics which supports our statement. For my second speaker, he have given wonderful examples and points which supports to our motion. He have talked about technology in help of companies, and he have given very good example, Apple, which is revolutionary. So without wasting any time, I would like to move to the rebuttals. First, I would like to rebut the second speaker. The second speaker, I would like to rectify the motion. They keep on, both first speaker and second speaker is still reinstating that the motion says the major cause of rate of employment to increase is advancement of technology. If we go through our motion again, it states the increase of rate of unemployment is due to advancement of technology, which means this is one of the causes. There are many other causes, but we tend to talk about this cause, which can give a great impact. And then the COVID-19 issue that has been mentioned by the first speaker. During COVID-19 is a best example where why do we need technologies in many companies. Because when we faced COVID-19, we weren't ready for the crisis. So when the entire world were facing the crisis, we tend to use alternative options to still run the business, the industry, such as, like they mentioned, laptop, they use meetings through Google and everything. So what gives guarantee to the world that a crisis like this will never happen again? That is the reason why we have advanced technology. Advanced technology, on the other hand, will be able to cut costs for the company in a long run. Let's take an example. If a company has, for example, 100 employees, and I'm paying each employee 12,000, then 1 year I am paying 1.2 million for 100 of my employees. But I can spend at least 3 times more than the amount I'm spending a year to buy advanced technology that can do the job that the employees does and keep it in the long run. This proves the companies nowadays who do not need more employees, that they need more technologies. And we should understand and keep in mind that humans make mistakes. And companies, the CEOs and founders, most of us who run business will tend to be selfish, like my second speaker said. They tend to be selfish. They want profits. To have profits, they don't want mistake, and they want their sales to increase. Like Apple. So the second speaker from the proposition team mentioned that the productivity. Because the increase of productivity, we need more employees. Then she said does it justify the action of Apple? My second speaker have given an example. 60,000 people have been unemployed from Apple. Does this justify? If they need more, if what they are saying is true, if we need more employees and energy, why do they fire them? Is that due to attitude? I'm not sure they would like to risk. I'm pretty sure they would not like to risk the sales by just simply firing them. There's definitely a strategy. And also, first speaker mentioned, both the first speaker and second speaker mentioned about medical. They talked about medical aspect. Doctors. Olden days, when technologies were invented, they need more nurses and doctors at one ER or surgery room just to identify the problem and to work quickly, to not make mistake. But now we have very advanced technology to even detect cancer quickly, and we don't need that much of doctors and nurses in the ER room. That's why during any, you see doctors, most of them will be very picky when it comes to their employees. And moreover, the job available, we as proposition team, we are just stating that advancement in technology can cause unemployment, but that doesn't mean we cannot get any other jobs. So I would like to end my speech here and justify my motion again, that the increase in rate of employment is due to advancement of technology. Thank you.
Thank you for the third speaker on the proposition team. Now it's time for the third speaker on the opposition team. You may start now.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A very good morning to the respectable adjudicators, the Honourable Chairman, the precise timekeeper, my worthy opponents, as well as all the members of the floor. The motion for today is the advancement of technology is the increase in the rate of unemployment is due to the advancement in technology. Now I would like to repeat what my first speaker and second speaker has stated based on their points. The first speaker has stated that an even more major cause of unemployment, the increase in the rate of unemployment is actually due to the social attitudes of people. My second speaker has stated that that advancement in technology, instead of increasing the rate of unemployment, instead actually decreases the rate of unemployment. Now, the first speaker of the proposition has stated that during the Industrial Revolution 4.0, we have now introduced Internet of Things, AI, and the such. This is true, and as much as this is true, we still need people to code them. This instead creates more jobs. For example, back in the day, during the first Industrial Revolution, people used to be workers that create linen or make linen using their own bare hands. But after that, they lost their jobs ever since the rise of new linen machines. However, after that, all these same factory workers, their jobs have been regained by because they learned how to use these machines. So, advancement in technology does not increase the rate of unemployment, but however, just shifts the jobs. For example, back in the day, when people used to do things manually, for example, when people need to use pigeons to send letters and stuff like that, nowadays that job is replaced by people who are in charge of computing Zoom. Now, the proposition have also very conveniently decided not to talk about COVID-19. However, the COVID-19 situation is actually a very good example of showing that advancement technology does not increase the rate of unemployment, but instead decreases the rate of unemployment. Now, this is because of the rise of Grab. The usage of technology such as e-hailing has created new jobs. Back in the day, we do not have that many Grab drivers who are driving around fetching each other food, but it is due to the advancement of technology that these new jobs have been created. Other jobs such as computer science are on the rise because more and more jobs require people to code them. So the loss of jobs that are now currently being replaced. Therefore, the unemployment rate did not increase, but however decreased instead. Now, Speaker 2 has stated that robots are more accurate. However, as I like to repeat what my first speaker stated, that many jobs still require human touch. For example, jobs such as psychology-related jobs, for example, counseling. Robots have no feelings. AI has no feelings. You cannot have an AI teach you how to feel. You are a human. Decision-making jobs cannot be replaced by advancement in technology, because decision making should be done by humans instead, because robots only do what you tell them to do. We are the masters of technology and not the other way around. Now, the proposition has also forgot to state another rise of a certain sector. The proposition has constantly stated how advancement technology has increased the rate of unemployment, but only in the industrial sector. They have forgotten about the business sector. Now, the business sector, you cannot have advancement technology to do business. Business is done by humans. You need humans to close deals, which is why entrepreneurship and business are on the rise instead of medical fields and industrial fields. We do not need factory workers. We need entrepreneurs. Which is why many of these factory workers have went on to learn business, went on to learn entrepreneurship. Therefore, their jobs have been replaced. Can you say that advancement in technology created these jobs? Yes, you can, because it forced them out of their comfort zones. They are required to change their current scope or their current skill in order to adapt with the changing surroundings. Now, a research based on MBA, a research assignment of Bertie Bice with Professor Martin Butler as a supervisor, the article states that tech does not destroy jobs but rather shifts them, and that the unemployment rate increases due to the failure to upskill people for new types of employment job opportunities. Now, what this means is that it is not because of the advancement technology that has increased the rate of employment, but rather the inability to adapt. For example, during the rise of technology, we do not need any more muscle power. What we need is knowledge-based power. Like as my second speaker stated, we do not need any more muscle power, which is why all these jobs have become obsolete. However, these same people have went on to learn even more new skills, which allow them to gain back their jobs. Can you say that the rate of unemployment has decreased due to advancement of technology? Now, this also brings back to my main point, is that as what my first speaker stated, is due to the social attitudes of the workers themselves. If a worker is unable to adapt to the current changing surroundings, they will get fired. It is not because of the advancement of technology, it is rather because of their inability to adapt to the surrounding changes. And the advancement of technology has nothing to do with this. That will be all for me. Thank you. A very good morning to the respected adjudicators, worthy opponents, honorable chairperson, precise timekeepers, and all my beloved members of the floor. Before I start, now I'd like to conclude the points made by our opposition team, as well as give our final thoughts regarding this subject. Now, the motion of today is the increase in the rate of unemployment is due to the advancement in technology. Now, one of our main points is that a better cause of major unemployment is not due to advancement technology, but rather due to the social attitudes. For example, due to the inability to adapt to their current surroundings. For example, the rise of advancement in technology have caused many jobs that require muscle power, such as factory jobs, to become obsolete and have been replaced by machines. However, this causes a rise in new sectors, for example, business and as well as technology, for example, AI and Internet of Things. Therefore, if a worker is unable to adapt to the current surroundings, they will not be able to find new jobs. Therefore, the unemployment rate, which is increasing, is not due to the advancement technology, but due to the inability to adapt to the surroundings. One of the major examples is COVID-19. If a person is unable to adapt to their surroundings and change the skills that they currently have, For example, we no longer need to meet face